I want to start this off by saying to not harass any of Alex's family members. I'm pretty sure they're just as shocked as we all are, and I don't think it's honestly worth it to pass this on to their family members. And while we're on the subject of relatives, I don't want this situation to justify people Luke posting, because even though Alex is now pretty much a pedophile, there's no need to make fun of a dead relative. So, when I first heard the news, I felt like I was back in April again. This incredibly surreal feeling that the platform that I knew was falling apart, and I'll mention more of that incident later in the video. Even though it's been a few days since the news broke out, I haven't had a lot of time to process this because I've been falling behind in classes, so having to balance my life falling apart with this mess has easily made 2022 the worst fucking year of my entire life. Enough about my life. It's an honest shame what Alex has done. What he did was a completely degenerate and deplorable act. I'm honestly surprised that he did not learn a single fucking thing about what happened back in April. I mean, that should have been a wake-up call, Alex, to be careful who you are interacting with. Was the fact that people still accusing you of being a pedophile even after the April incident not enough of a reminder to not do the dumb shit that you just did? In my State of Sandbox series, something that I said at the end of the Brick Hill episode was to try and get to know Space more, because I felt like I still didn't know him personally, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have something between us. I had an interview with this man, for God's sakes. He told me about his vision of Brick Hill and where he was planning on taking the platform. People trusted him. I put trust into him. I mean, I spent money on this platform. Well, I'm glad to know that spending money on the merch, the beta workshop, and a Mint membership was all for nothing. Even though Space Builder and I weren't close, we were still friends in a kind of way, and I am hurting over this. I'm trying to cope with the pain really hard. I see all the memes you guys are making on this situation, and I can't lie, a lot of these are funny. But every time that I laugh at one of these memes, I am hiding that pain of a guy that I knew. Let's be honest, if it weren't for Brick Hill, I wouldn't be where I am today. And it is an honest shame that Alex threw all of this away. I know the staff want to keep the vision going, but even ignoring the legal issues that makes this almost impossible, Alex was the face of the platform. That is history you can't erase. At this point, the only option that is left is to rebrand. Even the man, Ruben Sim himself, has actually said this. The Brick Hill brand is dead, and you really can't bring that back. Even Jeffamy, the person that runs the website, will not be able to accomplish this. I do not care what any Brick Hill staff member has to say, because it has been clear that they are not willing to handle the truth, and they are completely incapable of it. You're probably wondering why my Fall of Brick Hill video is not on my channel anymore. You can actually still find the video, I just decided to unlist it, and the reason why I unlisted the video is because Alex DM'd me personally requesting that I unlist the video because people kept accusing him of being a pedophile. And the reason why I did is because Space Builder and I were friends, and that was what friends do. But after uploading this video, I'm going to be bringing back that video. And if you are not familiar with the April incident, on New Year's of 2022, Alex decided to flirt with underage girls while he was drunk. And the people who made that document, Charisma and Esha, who were former staff members of Brick Hill, retracted the document as they were not willing to put in the effort to rectify any errors and continue the situation. Alex and his friends were able to get the victims to admit that their interactions were not sexual and completely consensual. Given this recent incident, I think it is now very clear that Alex has had a power dynamic with these girls and was able to convince them that they had consent. Of course, people under the age of 18 can't consent. And for all of you who are asking, but Game webcam, the age of consent in Ohio is 16. The fact that you decided to look up age of consent laws for Ohio says a lot more about you than it does about me. And I'm no legal expert here, considering that Alex decided to cross country lines to meet up with this 16-year-old, this makes this completely invalid. I'm going to spend the rest of my time finishing up my semester, and then when I'm ready, I will be back uploading regular content again. This is Game Webcam, and take care.